Happy Friday, everyone, and welcome to the weekly recap. It is number 66. It has been a crazy week, as always. We don't do anything else but crazy, and it's what we're going to share today is even more crazy. How are you doing today, Ksenia?
Oh, I'm doing good because it's Friday. And I think that every Friday we have this recap and I'm like, okay, thanks God it's Friday. I'm so happy. And I'm always in this mood because it's Friday. But I have a question to you, Rick. I know that you've been on a secret mission this week and I want you to share some details, with this community exclusively.
Yeah, so this week I was in Las Vegas with the event team planning our Veeam hybrid event. We will be hosting people in Las Vegas, and I give a very high likelihood that that's going to happen. But we're also going to have a virtual experience that'll be free around the world. Everyone can join that. Ksenia, this is going to be awesome. I've seen details about some of the, the fun stuff, the kind of community stuff. I've got approval for cutouts of Alfred and Vanny the Vanguard to be at the party and things like that. So we're going to have some really cool stuff. And before I forget, I know we're going to come back to Veeam, but if you go to the page now, you will be eligible for the earliest possible discounts, $499 off the attendance for those going to the event, but everyone can attend online for free. But yeah, it's going to be an awesome event. I'm really stoked about it.
Yeah, no, that's great. But you know what? While you've been at Vegas, community have been busy, and I'm going to share with you because it's getting more and more crazy with the amount of content.
Disclosure, we are going to trash the rule.
I did my best, okay? So let's get it started. So first, I just wanted to congrats, Chris Childerhouse because he released his book, Mastering Veeam Backup and Replication V11. And as you know, he last year he wrote another book. It was his first book on V10. And I wasn't sure if he would go further and deliver another one. It is massive. So congratulations, Chris, and that's great. And it's really great in terms of deep dive overview of the product, but you also can use it if you're getting ready to your VMC exams.
Yeah, I had the privilege to do the tech edit for Chris, and so it does walk you through the whole process of the product. And it's funny, I love you, Chris, but it's like the moment we get done, we're right now getting ready for V12, right? And then the same thing happened with V10 book. It was like V11 was in beta. So for those of you out there, that's okay. And what I mean by that, there's core principles that come in V11 that are in this book. And yes, we're right on the edge. We're in beta 1 of V12. The core principles here will transcend to the new version. So don't wait. If you need it, go for it now. So congratulations, Chris.
Congratulations, Chris. All right. Another blog post was delivered by Michael Paul, Veeam legend, and he's talking about key changes in new Veeam backup for Microsoft Azure version 3A. So, usually we do not talk about minor version updates, right? So we talk about version 3, version 4, version 5, but Michael raising a good point here, and he also sharing interesting change that was done to the licensing structure around the protecting Azure SQL workloads. So I highly recommend to check this out. So Michael did a great job in summarizing it.
Yeah, and this is actually very important right at the very bottom, the conclusion. This security fixes. In fact, I shared this, Ksenia, on the internal vBlender podcast that we do for our systems engineers and system architects, solution architects. I'll share it with you all here today as well. The security fixes, so that KB 4261, which is linked there in the conclusion, if you read that, it's like, okay, cool, it'll just update. But what also needs to happen, that's the Veeam updater for the Veeam backup for Microsoft Azure components. But the appliance that runs in Azure has components that need updates too. So make sure that you're going into the update and the settings, I think it's called. So if you go to configuration, support information, updates, check and view updates on your Veeam backup for Microsoft Azure appliance, you can get those Linux updates dropped in as well. So yeah, good shout, Michael, and then a couple extra bits to go with.
Yeah, thanks, Michael. Another one I just couldn't skip. It's a little by Falco, and Falco is super active on GitHub, and he creates scripts. He's into that, and this time he's sharing another script that he created. So this PowerShell script lets you create a new vCenter server role with all privileges, permissions to use them with Veeam 1 version 11. This is smart.
It is smart. And, Falco, you're doing a great job here of, consistently delivering and automating things and having these roles ready for use. And it's just, these are just the finer points of life here, maybe the finer points of backup. But yeah, these are just the finer points here. So anybody that can repeat, organize, and script things for consistency and quicker time to service, great work, Falco.
Yeah, thank you for sharing this. Okay, now we have Kubernetes Corner represented, and it's Young Kang again. And he's doing his series, 3 minutes to do that, 6 minutes to protect this. So this video is about, it's like 3 minutes to protect containers on GKE Google Cloud. This is great.
Yeah, and so I think this is the 4th cloud. He had Ollie Cloud, which we covered, Azure
Right.
and AWS as well, now GKE. And Ksenia, Young Kang wins another award. He gets the award for most emoji meme type content in his post, because if you don't go like 2 lines without something, you're not Young Kang. And it's a nice visual element because this is so easy to do. It works. And so great share here.
Yeah, thank you, Young Kang. And I agree with you. I mean, it's community, and we want to make it visible. We want to make it fun. And if we have this possibility to add some images, why not to do that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for sharing this. All right, as you mentioned, we are breaking hard this time, but I couldn't skip this one too. And I love the title, No Application Backup, No Cry. And we note 42, our Veeam legends as well, Veeam Vanguard, he's sharing another story with us. So I will just, scroll down so you can see the entire post.
Yeah, so I've had a different version of this too, where you do a backup without the index or without the application aware processing, which happens. You might not know it's a SQL server. You might not know it's Exchange or some other app or Active Directory. Well, Active Directory, I hope you know. But anyways, whenever you have these regular backups, yet a specific app, or the other thing, Ksenia, can be we add an Explorer. We haven't done that recently, but for example, if we added an Explorer, this would happen, right? So the thought is you can manually browse to the files that matter, and you can get out of potentially, oh no, I can't do an application item recovery. Well, actually you probably can. So I've had it with domain controllers for SQL. I've not done it with Teams. That one's a little bit different, but yeah, good shout here, Wolfgang. Thanks for sharing this. This is one of those things that will not get out the prop, need a tissue. You will not have to cry.
Thank you, Wolfgang, and great comments, Rick. Okay, last but not least, because it's a Veeam on top, last but not least, I wanted to share this post, but not only because of the post itself, right, but because of the comments and the entire thread. So Herbie started a thread about the architecture best practices, and basically he shared his infrastructure, his architecture, and he wanted to hear some comments and recommendations. And look here, community is here to help you out. So really great set of comments, recommendations, best practices, links, where to go, what tools to use. So I don't know, that's a treasure.
Yeah, it is. I mean, Herbie, this is just really a statement of, some of these people that are commenting, are why we are here, right? But, and then look at Herbie's comment. Thank you so much. This is exactly the type of perspective that Herbie needed. And yeah, you're right. The post is one thing, but this engagement here, this is why the Veeam community rocks. So thank you, Herbie, but also thank you, Michael Paul. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Jay Mexner. Thank you all for guiding Herbie down this path.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks everyone who participated. And for all watchers, if you have other best practices that you want to add, go ahead to this thread. It's called the R Architecture Best Practices. and leave a comment. Share your best practice, share your perspective with the community. Okay, so in terms of content, that's it. But I just wanted again to highlight Veeam, and here is a landing page. And we briefly mentioned last recap that it's live. So you can go and save your spot. It's a pre-registration, meaning that there's no need for you to decide right now whether you go in person or where you're going, to virtual part of it. But it is going to be awesome,
It's going to be awesome. We're going to have those topics addressed around the top. We're going to have, it's going to be closer to 80 sessions. It's going to be free for the virtual experience. Like I said, if you click on this now, especially if you're undecided on if you're going to go to Vegas or not, you will get a special discount. It's $499 off that list price, whatever it ends up being. I don't know if it's on here, but there's yeah, there it is. So, yeah, there it is. So right there, right now you can get that conference pass discount. And look at that event plus the VMCE. What a great deal. So
it's awesome deal, actually.
Yeah, and that's only limited to 200 seats. So we always fill that up. That's not an issue. Well, yeah, I hope everyone can join us. And I guess we'll drop another nug. Ksenia and I are going to be doing a morning show, a live stream.
Secrets.
Yeah, so we're looking forward to that.
Yeah, we're going to do it every day. I think we'll start with day 1, day 2, and maybe we'll do a day 3 recap of everything.
Yeah, I don't know how we were talking about that. Definitely a Monday and Tuesday show, but maybe, a Tuesday and Wednesday show, maybe also a Monday show. We don't know yet. We'll figure it out.
Yeah. But definitely just make sure that you save your spot and you have your pre-registration in place. Okay, what a busy week. So many news, so much stuff shared. I think that's been a great week, right, Rick?
Yeah, it's perfect. Thanks so much, community.
Okay, thanks everyone for watching, and we'll see you in community.